Hello guys, welcome back to Python Basic Tutorial Series Day 17 class. It's me Ashwath Shetty taking you people to understand the basic concept of Python. In my previous class, we have discussed about string operations and traversing of a string. Today's class, I am going to discuss the topic called string methods and built-in functions. So as we know, Python has several built-in functions. It also provides built-in functions for strings to achieve some task. Let us see some commonly used string built-in functions. First function I am going to demonstrate is len function. This len function is going to take string as the argument and it is going to returns the length of the given string. For example, if I create string 1 called Python is easy to learn. Now if I want to check length of this string, I can use len function, len of str1. So this statement is going to calculate the length of the given string. So the length of the given string str1 is 23. Understand? Well guys, now let's move to the next function called title function. This title function is going to return the string with first letter of every word in a capital letter. That means uppercase letter and rest in lowercase letter. Let us check how we can use this. For the previous string 1 I am going to use now. For that I need to use give the string 1 dot title. So this is the format to use the title function. If we use like this str1 dot title, this statement is going to returns the each word first letter in the uppercase and rest in the lowercase. Okay, you can observe here output. The original string as all the letters lowercase, but by using the title function we have changed each word beginning letter. I have made change into capital letter, uppercase letter. Understand? So this is the use of title function. Well guys, now we will go to the next function, that is lower function. This lower function is used to make all the strings letter into the lowercase letter. Let us check how we can use this. This is something like str1 dot lower. If we use like this, all the letters becomes lower. So I will change the str1 value now. I will create it is as hello world. Okay, now it consists uppercase letters also. Now I want this letter, this all should be this str1 all should become in lowercase, so that I will use lower function here. So this statement is going to give me output all the letters in lowercase only. So see, this h, it was uppercase, now it is become lowercase. Same way we have upper function. This upper function does reverse operation of lower function, that is it will returns all the string characters in uppercase letters. For example, check it here, str1 dot upper. So this is the way of using upper method. If this statement is going to give all the letters in uppercase only. Check, this is the conversion of uppercase. Okay, this is the use of uppercase. Well guys, we'll see another function called count function. This count function is going to take three arguments called string and start comma end. These three arguments are going to received by the count function, and it is going to return the number of times substring str occurs in the given string. And if we do not give start index and end index, then searching start from index 0 and ends at the length of the string, that is at the length of n. Okay, and also we can specify the string length like starting and ending. That also we can make it use in the count function. Let us check now how we can make use of the count one. count function. So for that I am going to change the value of string 1 now. That is I will create hello world, and one more time I will give substring hello hello twice. Okay, now if I want to use the count function, I should start with str1 dot count of the syntax of count is first we should give the substring, that is string. So here I am going to give hello as the string parameter, and I should mention starting index and ending index. So let us have starting index is equal to 12 and ending index is equal to 25. So let us see how it will give the output. So 2, that means in the string str1, the start from 12 to 25, how many times the hello is present occurs. The string hello is appeared 2 times from 12 to 25. These 2 times, these are all the 12 to 25. Okay, same way we can use some other you can see with the some other value, that is str1 dot count of will give just substring without mentioning start and end. Let's see what will be the output. So 3, that means it checks from starting to end. So from starting, this one time, this one, and this 2, this totally 3 times the hello string hello word is appeared. Understand? So this is the way of using the count method in our program. Well guys, now we'll see the next function called find function. This find function also takes string and start comma end as the parameter. So this also going to returns the first occurrence of the index of substring occurring in the given string. Okay, if we same way if we do not specify the start and end index, it is going to return it is going to search from starting to ending of the string. Okay, that means 0 index 0 to end of the length at ends of the length of the string. Okay, if the substring is not present in the given string, then the function is going to return -1. Understand? Let us check how we can make use of the string, make use of the find function now. For find function also, let us use same string, that is str1 value string. So now let us str1 dot find half. I want to find now same hello, and the first case I am trying to show you, that is from by giving the index value, that is start and end, from 10 to 20 I will give. Okay, from 10 to 20 the starting index of the hello substring is 13. Okay, so same way we'll check another example, that is str1 dot find of hello. After this we'll change the index start and end point. Now 15 to 25 I am going to do now. So in this, the starting index of the substring is changed now. The starting index of this substring is came now 19. Okay, 15 to 25, the starting index of hello is now 19. Same way we can check another condition, that is str1 of find half same substring. Let's take same substring hello, and here I am not going to give the starting and ending point. So here what happens, it's going to return, if it is present, the substring is present, it is going to return 0, otherwise it is going to return -1. So the substring is present in this string, that's why it is written 0. So same way we can check for false condition, that is let's give any other value like he. Now this substring is not present in the string 1, that's why it is written -1. Okay, understand? Well guys, now we'll go to the next function, that is index function. This index function also takes three arguments, that is start, string and start comma end. These three arguments it takes, and this also does same functions as previous one what we have seen. Here what happens, it is also same as find function, but it raises an exception if the substring is not present in the given string. Okay, so let us see what it means. That is, let's take string 1 comma, we have to use index. Okay, string 1 comma index of, for the same value, hello. Okay, so here what happens, if it is present it gives 0, that we know. So the hello is present in the str1, it's that's why it is given 0. If it is not present, it should raise the exception. It should raise the exception. For that, let's take some other value. Okay, so it is going to raise the exception error like this, the substring is not found. Well guys, now we'll go to the next function, that is called ends with. This ends with function, it is going to return the true if the given string ends with the specified substring. Otherwise, it is going to return false. Find out whenever we want to find out ends with some substring, we can use this ends with function. For example, string 1 dot ends with, we can take like this, ends with half word. Okay, I am going to use now word. If that ends with this substring, then it is going to return true, otherwise false. Okay, let us check now. So this is false because the str1 is not going, it is not ending with word. Okay, now same thing, str1 ends with, I will give, our string is going to end with hello, right? So let's take hello. So it should give true because our string is ends with hello only. So this is the use of ends with function. Okay, we'll have some other example for ends with. str1 is equal to, I will change the value here, hello word with explanatory marks. Okay, now check str1 dot ends with. Now I am going to give word. Okay, so this is also false because it is going to ends with explanatory, because word is different and symbol is different. I will show how it is interpreted. Okay, ends with, now I will give exclamatory only. So this is true. Like this it works. Okay, understand? Well guys, we'll move to the next function, that is starts with. It is going to return true if the given substring or string starts with the supplied substring. Otherwise, it is going to return false. So let us check for the same string, str1 dot start with. Okay, str1 dot starts with. Let's it is going to start with hello. So let's give hello only. Okay, so it is true. Same way, str1 dot starts with, we'll check a false condition now. Now I will give some other thing, word. Okay, so it is false. Like this starts with function is going to work. Understand? Well guys, we'll see next function, that is alphanum function. Alphanum function is going to return true if characters of the given string either alphabets or numeric. If white spaces or special symbols are part of our given string, or the string is empty, it returns false. Okay, now let us have the example for the isAlphaNum function. For that, let's have one str1, the string 1. I am going to give hello world. Okay, hello world. I am not using here space also here. Okay, now just check string str1 dot isAlphaNum. Okay, isAlphaNum function. It is true because there is no space and there is no special symbols in it. Okay, same way, let's check string 1. I am going to change the value hello space world. Now I am using space here. Now check str1 dot isAlphaNum. It is false because I have used space inside the string. So same way, string 1 hello world, and I am using one special symbol there. Now check string str1 dot isAlphaNum. So this is also false. So like this it is going to work, that is isAlphaNum, if isAlphaNum function. Understand? Okay guys, now we'll see our next function called isLower function. IsLower function is going to return true if the string is non-empty and has all lowercase alphabets, or as at least one character has lowercase alphabet and rest are non-alphabet characters. Okay, now let's see example now. That is, I am going to have str1 is equal to same hello world on they will take. Okay, now if I check str1 dot is lower, this is, it is true because all the characters are lowercase only. Okay, if I check, if I change the string value like hello world, now let's check what it will happen. str1 dot is lower. Okay, so this is going to be false because the string contains H and W are uppercase. Understand? This is the use of the lower function. Okay, well guys, now we'll see next function, that is isUpper function. The isUpper function is it does opposite function of isLower function. That means it is going to return true if the string is non-empty and has all uppercase letters. Otherwise it is going to return false. For example, if I print str1 dot isUpper now, okay, so it is false because our string 1 is contains small lowercase letters also, so that it is giving false. If I change all the uppercase, if I make str1 as all the uppercase letters, then we can check str1 dot isUpper. Now it is going to give true only because our string contains all the letters uppercase. Understand? So this is the use of isUpper function. Now let us we'll see another function, that is isSpace function. So this is something different function in our programming Python string functions. The isSpace function is going to return true if the string is non-empty and all characters are white spaces. That means blank or tab or new line or any carriage written. If it is contains, it is going to return true, otherwise false. Let us check how it works. Okay, for example, I am going to take a string 1 has I am going to give some space and some new line and some tab I am going to give, okay, new line and tab, okay, and something like this. If I have this string, now let us check str1 dot is space function I am going to apply in for this string. Okay, this string is containing only space, new line and tab and carriage returns, so it should give true option, true as a result, so that's why it is true. For example, if I make it change as some other thing, like if I have some characters inside the string along with the space and new line and tab, what happens now? For this str1 dot is space function, if I apply, it is false because it is containing some characters inside it. Okay, the is space function returns true when it is a string is non-empty and all characters are white spaces. Got it? Okay guys, now let's see next function, that is the title function. We already seen that title function is nothing but it is going to return true if the string is non-empty and title cases. We know that title cases, that means the first letter of every word of our string should be capital letter. If it is like that, it is going to give the true as the output, otherwise false. Let's check now. Let's have one string now. Hello world, capital letter, each word should be capital letter, half Python. Okay, now apply str1 dot is title function. Somewhere I made mistake, that is instead str1 I should call here str1 dot is title. Okay, so it is true because all our string, all the word is starting from started by uppercase only. For example, if I change str1 with some other value like hello without hello world, now let us check str1 dot is title. What happens? It should give false as a result. Now yes, it is false. So this is the use of is title function in our programming. Well guys, now let's see now another function, that is ls strip function. This is very interesting function. That is this ls strip function is going to return the string after removing the spaces only on the left side of the string. So L stands for left, S for spaces, and we are going to trimming the, that means trimming the string, trimming the spaces from the left side. So let us check now. For that I will create one str1 value like, so I am going to give the some spaces, and now let's have hello world has our string. Okay, now if I use str1 dot ls strip function, what happens? So it is strip, that means removed all the spaces from left side, and it is written, it displays only the remaining part of our string except spaces. Understand? So well guys, we have another function for removing the white spaces, that is rs strip function. Here what happens, rs means right side, right spaces stripping. Okay, it is going to removing the white spaces from the right side. Let us check now. str1 is equal to, I am going to give with the right spaces, will give right spaces here, some spaces, so many spaces I given. Now str1 dot rs strip function I am using. Okay, so it has removed right side spaces and given the output. So we have another function and generic function, that is strip function. Okay, this strip function, we are not specifying any direction, that is left side or right side. It is going to remove all the white spaces, whether it is right side or left side. Okay, let us check now with both the side spaces. Okay, I am giving both the side spaces, that is right side and left side. So now let's use str1 dot strip function. So it has removed both the side extra spaces and given output. Okay, understood? Well guys, now we'll see next function, that is replace function. This replace function takes two arguments, that is old string comma new string. Okay, these two are the arguments received by the replace function, and this function replaces all occurrence of old string with the new string. For example, let's take str1 is equal to, I am going to have hello world in str1. Now I want to replace something in the str1 with the new value. For that, I am going to use str1 dot replace half. I should give here old string to replace. So now I am going to give O letter to replace, comma, and new string. New string I should specify here. I am trying to replace O with star now. Okay. So answer is, that means result is like this. O letters are replaced with star. This is the use of replace function. Let's have some other example with the replace now. We can replace entire word also. Like I am going to replace hello with hi. Okay. So answer is hi world. So like this we can make use of replace function. Understood? Well guys, we'll move to the next function called join function. Okay, this join function is going to return a string in which the characters that is in the string have been joined by the separator. For example, str1 is equal to, I have hello world of Python. Okay, now I want to join this hello word with some other separator. For example, for that I want to create str2. I want to join hyphen with each word. Okay, now what I can do for this, I should use join function with str2 dot join, str2 dot join, and I should pass the argument, that is str1 inside the join function. Okay, let us check output now. See this, the hyphen is inserted in between all the characters like this. Understand? Okay, well guys, today we have demonstrated many built-in string functions that can be make used in our programming. So I hope you have enjoyed this video with the information. So practice all these functions in your programming to improve your programming skills, and like the video and share to your friends. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.